Here it comes.
What is that? What's going on?
This is the end, Desmond. Scheduled for deletion.
Don't hug me.
What are you doing?
What is a man but the sum of his memories? We are the stories we live, the tales we tell ourselves.
Don't do this.
I'm saving you, idiot! Go! Go!
I'm not sorry to see that guy go. I really don't like that guy. Also not sad to see Animus Island go. Well, it just kind of ended abruptly, didn't it? Huh. Whatever.
I write these lines with a steady hand and a light heart. We are in Acre now, Sophia and I, with the 5 Masyaf keys in our possession, and all the time in the world. Sophia is a seasoned traveler, and a fine companion to have so far from home. Tomorrow we will make our way to Masyaf, and once there, into Altaïr's library, to fulfill our father's forgotten dream. Forgive the shortness of this letter, dear sister, for it is late, and we are tired. Perhaps, with luck, the next words you hear from me will be in person. Con affetto, Ezio.
Kind of nice if Ezio just got to go home and chill. Have a better life than Altaïr did. Things didn't end so well for him. It's kind of sad how things went for him. As we will see in a while. Well, all right, we are in the home stretch here. I kind of remember this mission now.
Such a climb.
Vaguely.
It
Sophia must be kind of cold. She's not really wearing a super duper.
It began thousands of years ago, but here it was reborn.
By the man you mentioned, Altaïr?
Altaïr ibn Ahad. He built us up and set us free. He saw the folly of keeping a castle like this. It had become a symbol of arrogance. And a
Yeah,
beacon
it
for all
seemed
our
like a pretty
enemies.
stupid idea having a
And
headquarters
man
like
made
this.
for menacing hoods? Was that his idea as well? You mentioned a creed before. What is it?
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
That is rather cynical.
It would be if it were doctrine, but it is merely an observation of the nature of reality. To say that nothing is true is to realize that the foundations of society are fragile, and that we must be the shepherds of our own civilization. To say that everything is permitted is to understand that we are the architects of our actions, and that we must live with their consequences, whether glorious or tragic.
Yeah, things are definitely a
Do you
little bit
regret
talky
your
here.
decision to live as an assassin for so long?
I believe this is pretty much the end right here. We find out what happened to
I do not remember making that
Altaïr.
decision. This life, it chose me. For 3 decades, I have served the memory of my father and my brothers, and fought for those who have suffered the pain of injustice. I do not regret those years, but it is time to live for myself. And let them
Well, it's
go.
nice that Ezio is gonna get
Let go
kind of a
all
happily
this.
ever after story
Then let go.
at 50. Better
You
late
will
than
not
never.
fall far.
Sophia's a nice gal.
The end of the road.
Or is it the end of the road? Seems to me like there's been a couple more games after this. Alright, so let's figure
What do
this
you hope
out.
to find behind that door?
Which one
Knowledge,
do we need
above
to
all
actually
else.
utilize here?
Altaïr was a profound man and a prolific
Uh-huh,
writer.
okay, so these like
He built these
are
places
parts
as a
of the little
repository for all his
constellation
wisdom.
thingy, so we just have to match them up. That,
He saw many
yeah,
things in his
maybe...
life,
do they? I guess we have to do we have to complete one of the constellations? I don't know. Looks like this goes here or here. Yeah, here. Cool.
Does that worry you?
Yeah, it looks like all these will fit in that little shape, so we just need to fill it in. I'm saying, like, Sophia must be kind of cold. It's all snowy and stuff, and she's just there in a dress. She only has one outfit, apparently. This kind of sucks for her. Ezio should probably go buy her some more clothes. And put this bad boy up at the top. And wha-bam. I really like this little sequence here at the end.
I plan to.
You could probably come with. No, just gonna chill there. All right. Yeah, this little sequence here at the end is pretty neat. I think it's a good ending for both of these characters. Kind of nice to see him sent off that. Well, light the torch. I guess he did that himself. We'll just walk up next to it. It seems like if we walk close to one, it lights the torch. So, what the hey? There's no torch over here. They're all on this side. Okay. Might as well light it up. Oh, I wonder who that is over yonder. What do we got here? Poor Altaïr.
No wisdom. Just you.
It's pretty cool though.
Fratello mio.
I mean, his bones stayed intact, like connected to each other like that. Never really did explain how Altaïr learned to make these keys or anything. I think things are going to go off the rails a little bit, as they always do at the end of Assassin's Creed games. Is this the point where we see the first civilization people? Nope. More flashbackiness.
Yes. Some we sent with the Polos. The rest will go with me to Alexandria.
Good. Very good.
Father, I do not understand. Why did you build a library if you did not intend to keep your books?
You should go. When the Mongols return, Masyaf must be empty.
I see. This is not a library at all. It is a vault.
It must stay hidden, Darim. Far from eager hands. At least until it has passed on the secret it contains.
What secret?
Go, son. Go be with your family. And live well.
It's kind of a bummer of a parting there. He's just gonna...
with you, Father.
It's kind of depressing. But it's a fitting end. It's kind of depressing, but fitting. Altaïr had a lot more character in this game than he did in any of the other... Well, he was only in... Well, I guess he was in a PSP game, too. But in Assassin's Creed 1 or the PSP game. A lot more character. Kind of liked him by the end of this. I didn't like him in the first game.
In much wisdom is much grief.
Oh, I remember this. This is kind of a bummer, too. Snuffing out the torches. We do the opposite of what Ezio did on the way in.
What do you see?
Strange visions and messages of ones who came before, of their rise and their fall.
Kind of heavy stuff there.
But what happens to us, Altaïr? To our family? What does the apple say?
Who were the ones who came before? What brought them here? How long ago?
Get rid of that thing!
Nope, not sitting down yet, I guess. There's a glowy thing over there. There is a glowy thing.
Maria? Where? If you are asked, say I sent the apple away. Tell them I sent it to Cyprus, or Cipango, or that I dropped it into the sea. Tell them anything to keep men away from this place. This apple must not be found. Not until...
I remember them mentioning, I thought there was more than one apple. Whatever. Now this is just sad. He's just gonna sit down. His life's work is done. Just sit down and die pretty much in the dark. Not the best. He must have died pretty quick too, because I can't imagine he sat in that chair all that long. Yeah, he's looking pretty feeble. Not so good. Still pretty good for an old man of his day, I guess. I wonder if he like offed himself, poisoned himself or something, or if he just died of old age sitting there. Kind of hope he poisoned himself or something, because it's a little on yeah, this transitions over to old dead Altaïr. Kind of deserves a real burial, don't you think, Ezio? Alright, what's going on now? I know we have a crazy cutscene coming up in a minute. I remember that much. Probably have to, yeah, we're gonna have to go pick up the apple first.
Another artifact. No. You will stay here. I have seen enough for one life.
Oh, you don't get a choice if you're gonna see more.
Desmond?
He's talking to me?
I heard your name once before, Desmond. A long time ago. And now it lingers in my mind, like an image from an old dream. I do not know where you are, or by what means you can hear me. But I know you are listening.
Well, blades are coming off. He's done. Leave his pimp cane behind too.
I have lived my life as best I could, not knowing its purpose, but drawn forward like a moth to a distant moon. And here at last, I discover a strange truth. That I am only a conduit for a message that eludes my understanding. Who are we, who have been so blessed, to share our stories like this? To speak across centuries? Maybe you will answer all the questions I have asked. Maybe you will be the one to make all this suffering worth something in the end. Now, listen.
Okay, so he's finally relaying his little information, I guess, maybe. Oh yeah, this is where it's gonna get a little bit weird.
Can you see me? Ah, there you are. Good. A strange place, this nexus of time. I am not used to the calculations. That has always been Minerva's domain. I see you still have many questions. Who were we? What became of us?
Those are fair questions there.
What do we desire of you? You will have your answers. Only listen, and I will tell you how. Both before the end and after, we sought to save the world. We built vaults within which to work, each dedicated to a different method of salvation. They were placed underground to avoid the war which raged above, and also as a precaution should we fail in our efforts. Each vault's knowledge was transmitted to a single place.
Somewhere in Maine or maybe Quebec or something. I don't know. I wonder where I don't remember where the next vault thing is.
I'm Minerva's and Juno's, who sought and sample all that was collected. We chose those solutions which held the most promise and devoted ourselves to testing their merits. 6 we tried in succession, each more encouraging than the last, but none worked. And then the world ended.
It didn't exactly end. I mean, there is still a world, dude. Oh, that is compressed really badly. Yuck. This is gonna probably not look so good when I re-render it out either. Oh, why is this compressed so bad? I guess it is just one disc on the Xbox, but... No. Crazy looking cities. There's always a woman with a baby in like every disaster thing ever. There's always a woman with a baby standing there. What a strange looking town they lived in. That's pretty bad at times. Oh, that's what you get for having a glass floor, you idiots. Kind of makes me wonder what they're going to do with the next game in this series, considering the world didn't end in 2012, which their game kind of admitted that the world didn't end, but I don't know. It's kind of weird to think that it must still be Desmond that's playing, even though what happened in 3 kind of makes that weird and hard, but it must be Desmond still, because it's still one of his ancestors. I don't know. I don't think Desmond has a kid or anything.
The earth shook for days, the fires burned for weeks, and when the ash had settled, less than 10,000 of your kind still lived, and far fewer of ours. But we carried on, together, to rebuild, to renew. Listen, you must go there, to the place where we labored and lost. Take my words. Pass them from your head into your hands. That is how you will open the way. But be warned, much still remains in flux, and I do not know how things
Life will find a way.
Either in my time.
That kind of reminds me of that episode, the first episode of Futurama, where the civilization gets destroyed by the lasers, and then they rebuild it, and then it gets destroyed and rebuilt. That's what that scene there kind of reminded me of.
Look, his vitals are stabilizing. Something's happening. He's moving.
Desmond, can you hear me? Son?
I know what we need to do.
Oh, he knows what we gotta do. We're all good to go for Assassin's Creed 3. I don't know where that is. It's weird. I guess they knew where to go already too. I guess they must have gotten it from Desmond's mind or whatever. I think that's it now. Is it credit time? Pretty sure that's it for the game. Yep, that's it. Well, anyway, I really like this game. I think it's probably my third favorite Assassin's Creed game. I like Brotherhood the best, and then maybe Assassin's Creed 2 were the best. The mechanics were kind of better in Brotherhood, but 2 had a better story in my opinion, so it's kind of a toss-up between the two of those. I like the setting of Italy better too. This game, although it seemed kind of half-assed in a way, Constantinople didn't seem all that big and stuff compared to some of the other cities we've been to. and the focus of the story is kind of weird, like helping the prince out and stuff. I know Ezio's just kind of doing that for his own ends, but I don't know, everything just kind of seemed a little bit more loosely connected. I do like that they wrapped up Altaïr's story in a pretty satisfying way, and Ezio's story, which is pretty cool. You know, get rid of the two first characters in a good fashion when they were getting ready for Assassin's Creed 3, which at the time I was still pretty excited about. In retrospect, that was kind of a disappointing game. I'm hoping 4 will end up being good. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really like the bomb making. It kind of suffered from feature creep in a way, meaning like they just kept adding and adding and adding since Assassin's Creed 2 to the features list. So you had the Brotherhood stuff, you had the Mediterranean defense, you had the tower defense, you had the bomb making. There's like 6 billion different things to do, and it kind of ended up being a little bit more than the game needed, in my opinion. Would have been better if it was just a little bit more focused on several smaller things. The tower defense kind of sucks, in my opinion. If you notice, I only did it, I think, the one time that I had to do it in the game. The first time I played through, I didn't really know how to prevent the Templars from attacking. I didn't really understand the mechanics of keeping your awareness down and stuff to make sure that they didn't do that. So I got attacked a lot more. But in this playthrough, I knew from previous experience how to basically avoid doing that. So I did, because I don't like it very much. Definitely not game breaking or anything, just not the best. But I'm probably going to end up doing the PSP game at some point. I'm going to start recording the DLC for this game immediately, which I haven't actually played through. I didn't even know that came out until like Assassin's Creed 3 was out. That was I never heard about the DLC for this game. So probably get into that. I don't think I'm going to do all the Desmond memory stuff that you need those Animus data fragments for, because it wasn't that great either. So probably just skip that. I really don't like playing as Desmond all that much. I prefer the times that we are actually Ezio for the most part. But I think that's pretty much going to do it for today. So I want to thank everybody who's watched this video. If you've liked the video, please leave a like. I appreciate that. Of course, comments, subscriptions, those things are always appreciated as well. And I want to thank everybody who has watched this, and I will see you in the next game.